Alrighty, we are live, and we've got a special run today. This week would have been Pokemon Leafgreen with Beedrill, but since during the Swablu solo run I did on May 31st of this year, I actually found a shiny Weedle while trying to get the leftovers in the Viridian Forest catching Pokemon, and I knew I was going to do this instead. So yeah, we're starting off with the literal exact same Weedle. I did change the trainer ID just so we don't get the 50% experience boost, because that'd be very annoying to deal with. And yeah, it's going to be the same stats, same nature, and we're even starting the game at level 4. Speaking of which, I gotta fix the overlay, actually. I'm going to change this to Swarm because we're going to evolve into Beedrill very soon. All right. Oh, and we're running the... Well, we're not running Hasty. We are Hasty. I believe that's just neutral stats. Wait, is Hasty neutral? Let's see. Hasty is plus speed minus defense. So that speed will help us, but lower defense is not going to be great for Brock. Less realistic textures. I mean, it still looked pretty similar. I mean, as long as the game runs good and looks good, I'm fine with it. But yep, we will be playing the game with the shiny Weedle, and we will allow it to evolve. Because I don't want to play this game with a Weedle. If I ever play this game with Weedle, it's going to be a modern Weedle. And besides, we even looked at the damage calculations. It's basically close to impossible. So I'm not sure I'd want to do it. Like, it was more feasible to do it in Emerald because the game is slower, but Fire and Leaf Green are harder to solo run than Emerald. But yeah, why don't we just get started, shall we? I'm having the timer start at 20 seconds because I literally saved the game as soon as I was done with the intro, and I put the Weedle in my party. So I'll just have to pick up the vanilla Bulbasaur. Alright, so I did take a look at other people's Weedle runs. Well, Beedrill evolution line runs. In Scott's server, there were 2 other people who did runs. I want to give name credit, so let me find the people. Royal Rapids finished round 1 with a time of 1:51. Shin Nikram finished round 1 with a time of 1:41. 1:41's pretty good. But his first run was... Or their first run, I don't know what the person is, but... Yeah, their first run was a 2:15. And what I've noticed is that all of them actually grinded for leftovers because they mentioned without leftovers, the fight is... The league fights are so horrendously bad. Like, this person, just from getting the leftovers, saved a half hour on their run. So I actually will be getting leftovers. I'm going to wait, though, until I get to the point in the game where I can buy Ultra Balls. Actually, I'm going to put something up in another monitor here. I actually made a guide for getting leftovers pretty efficiently. I'm actually going to have the guide up. Okay. Get started with the run now. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, I couldn't start the run from New Game because I had to actually put the Pokemon in my party. And I can't really use Pokebite to do that. Alright, pick up the Bulbasaur. Don't name it. The Weedle is already named. What the? I don't think Weedle's looking too good. Okay, I gotta fix that. Weedle's not looking too good. It might have gotten screwed up when I moved it. Actually, I wonder if it's because I'm playing this in a non-encrypted ROM. I might have to actually play in a vanilla ROM. Okay, yeah, I gotta play this in a vanilla ROM. I guess the patched ROM doesn't not like PK Hex at all. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Whoops. Good thing I learned that now. That's a decimark now. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do this on a vanilla ROM. I think the reason it showed up as a question mark is because since there's no encryption in Scott's custom patch, the game didn't really know what to do. Well, I know the universal randomizer doesn't like it, but I didn't know PK Hex had that problem. Okay, now I just gotta actually put the Pokemon in. I'm gonna delete Bulbasaur for it. Alright, so now with the Weedle, I gotta make sure the trainer ID matches so I don't get the trainer boost XP. Yeah, that makes sense, Mario. Well, at least I figured that out now. My overlay even gonna work? I recoded my overlay to use the non-encrypted ROM. Maybe it'll work. If there's gonna be some overlay issues, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I think. Shouldn't the moves be on screen? Alright, I'm just gonna load the game up and enter a battle. Yeah, the overlay's frozen. Oh boy. That's a problem. Wonder if I have a backup. I don't know if I have a backup. Actually, maybe. Maybe I still have an older version of my overlay. Gonna look on my backup hard drive. overlays? No, those are the actual images. I may have to do this run without an overlay. Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, I just have to. I don't really have a choice. I can't use the non-encrypted ROM that I recoded my overlay to use, just because I have to put the Pokemon in. I mean, I don't even think... I don't think even, like, editing the party structure would... Actually, I could try that. I don't know, that would take too long, I think. Like, I was thinking maybe open up the non-encrypted ROM, go into Pokebite, and just manually edit the DVs and level, and put in all that stuff, and then just have Weedle be one of the starters. But whether it's shiny or not, depends on the ID and stuff. I think I just have to do this. Whatever. Alright, there will be no overlay. Okay, let's get started. Alright, since I'm starting here, I gotta add the 125 offset. Alright, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. And yes, I did name it shiny. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna annoy me that there's no overlay, but I kinda didn't predict this. If I still used my old overlay, this would have had no problems. Okay. Training is gonna be kinda tough. Nice. But yeah, I'm obviously gonna need to get to his I'm obviously gonna have to get to Beedrill as quick as I can. Can't speak. The Pokemon guy shoplifted? I don't think so. Also, you see how in the Pokedex it says I own 2 Pokemon because I replaced the Bulbasaur? I'm not gonna count that Bulbasaur. Well, I mean, I normally catch a Weedle in the Viridian Forest anyway for leftovers, so I get whatever. I'll just have to catch one less Pokemon. Not really gonna affect anything. Alright, gonna go find a Pidgey. Lucky. Question, what is the best spot? I think I have to train on Metapods. Yeah, I think I do need to train on Metapods. I should go spend my money on potions first. Lucky. I'll say this, someday Pokemon needs to have a regular-ass NPC shoplift the center. That'd be funny. It is going to be annoying having the shiny animation pop up every time, but this is literally a shiny run. We have to deal with it. Come on, dude. Where are the Metapods? Okay, I am just getting unlucky. Holy cow, dude. Where are they? Do they just not exist? Dude, I think I just went like 15 encounters without a single Metapod or Kakuna after encountering one on the first try. This is insane. I mean, I could have knocked out some of those Caterpies, but not at level 5. Okay, this is ridiculous. Yeah, see how slow this is? I can't believe just how many attempts this is taking. Are you gotta be kidding. I encounter a Pikachu before a single Metapod or Kakuna? Oh my god, this is insane. The Metapod are sleeping? You'd think if they're sleeping, they wouldn't be moving. This is you guys are seeing this, right? Not a single Metapod in sight. There we go, finally. I know Metapod are less common in Fire Red and Leaf Green than they are in Red and Blue, but it's still not too unlikely. Alright, I'm going to try to get to level 6 and try to fight that 2 Caterpie trainer. Uh-oh, okay, that was lucky. I decided to risk it. Did that thing use like 6? Okay, that had to have been like 6 string shots. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna... just take the blackout. Alright, at least one more level will evolve into Kakuna and get Harden. I hate this. As soon as I say that, a Kakuna just shows up. Yep, it stopped working. Get Task Manager. Green shiny. You know what? I think this would be a good opportunity to take on this guy. Because he leads off with Weedle. And I can't get poisoned, right? I'm going to use a couple of Hardens. Okay, yeah, this is going to be super slow. Am I even going to have enough Poison Stings? I don't think I'm going to have enough. Reset. Okay, that wasn't a good idea. Okay, maybe I should fight... I think I'll just stick to the wild. Because knocking out any trainer with Weedle is almost impossible. Actually, I know the guy at the end of the forest has 2 Metapods. No, it's level 10. You voted under again. I mean, I think 150 is an appropriate over-under just because the shiny animations are going to take a lot of time. Plus, Beedrill is very bad. Like, we get the Swords Dance Tutor, but that's in the post-game, which doesn't help. Alright. Okay, no. Okay, yeah. Any trainer with Weedle's out of the question. And there's absolutely no way I'm getting Struggle. At least at level 10, we'll get Fury Attack. But yeah, it would just take far too long to get Struggle. Because I would need to do it on separate Metapods. Because String Shot and Harden are just way too many power points. Honestly, it might be worth Blackout training to this guy, but his second Pokemon is a Metapod. That's not really possible. Yeah, I wish it would naturally learn it, but no, it's only by Move Tutor, and it's in the post-game. But we do learn the move Rage at level 25, and whenever we use the move Rage, if we get hit with an attack, we get +1 to our attack. And the +1 attack doesn't go away when you switch moves, it stays there permanently. Honestly, I think I may need to get Struggle for this guy. I don't know if it's going to be feasible to beat him with Poison Sting, because look at this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to need to find... You know, I can just use my Hardens here. I mean, I don't know if it would be faster to run all the way back to the center, then go back and spam, like, 17 Poison Stings, or to just get Struggle here. I mean, on the bright side, I can't get poisoned. And here's the thing, Poison defensively is an interesting type defensively. It is weak to things like Psychic, but it's immune to things like Poison, and there's a lot of Poison-type users in this game. Like, being immune to poison's a huge deal. Okay, now I need to find a Metapod. Alright, that was perfect. Well, I kind of wish I used a potion so I could use Struggle on it, but oh well, I just need Struggle. Wait a minute. That thing's gonna kill me with Struggle. So I actually do need to use 2 separate Metapods. Okay, that was lucky. Now I can spam. So, how's everyone's day doing? Alright, so yeah, we get Focus Energy at level 15, Twin Needle at level 20, Rage at 25. I mean, Rage is probably going to be as close to our stat boosting move as possible. And via TM, we get interesting coverage. We get Brick Break and Sludge Bomb and Aerial Ace, but Axew suggested in his notes, do not teach Return or Aerial Ace until the late game. We're going to rely heavily on Secret Power and Brick Break. Beedrill needs a lot of training for Blaine. We're very likely to have to Blackout grind in the league. We cannot rely on Attract RNG at lower levels, especially with -1 at the start of Lance. So, basically, do not teach Return or Aerial Ace, but we can teach Brick Break. There we go. Alright, here's Beedrill. That is an Actually, I think this is an appropriate shiny. I actually kind of like it. Like, the Fury attack. Ugh. Ugh. It's so bad. So bad. Also, I'm not sure what the appropriate level is for Brock, because we can use 6 Hardens on the Geodude. I was trying to see if I could spend my money, but oh well. Oh, I didn't know the box is light blue if it's shiny. I never knew that. No special ability. Oh, what? Oh, I think there's an error with how I put it in the game. I think it has to do with me changing the personality value. That's fine. I can use PK Hex to fix this. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix this. Yeah. This is a one-time thing. I'm not gonna worry about this for next time. But yeah, I think when I re-rolled the personality value to get the trainer ID to not match, or to get it to match, I somehow screwed part of it up. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Weird though, PK Hex did say I had it. Alright, let's see if this fixed it. Okay, yep, fixed it. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to fight Brock right now. We need to just go train. I think maybe we should go into Brock at like level 15, I think. Like, we can just set up 6 Hardens. And, yeah, 6 Hardens on the Geodude, Poison Sting it to death, but then the Onix is going to cause problems, even if we poison it. Honestly, I think we'll try the fight at 13. Until then, we're just going to train with Fury Attack. Honestly, I should probably switch to Poison Sting for Caterpies and Metapods. Hold on, Poison Sting might actually be our better move. Let's see, the Twin Fury Attack is a power of 15, so it always hits 2 times, so that's 30. And Poison Sting's 40, so Stab Poison Sting is 60 power. Fury Attack has to hit 4 times to equal Poison Sting, assuming it's neutral. So I think Twin Needle is only going to be for stuff that resists poison. Because the Weedles here are resisted, so Poison Sting is effectively 30 power. But Fury wait, no. I don't get math. Yeah, Weedle regular resists, so that should make Poison Sting... Wait, Poison Sting is not 40 power in this game. It's 15. Damn it, the overlay is wrong. I must have copied Poison Sting from the current gen. Okay, so they're both the same power. So, Poison Sting with Stab, that's 22. But Fury Attack always hits twice, so essentially Fury Attack's better in every way, unless the opponent's weak to poison. But I'm still going to use Poison Sting on the Caterpies just to save PP. That was pretty funny though. No special ability. But yeah, PK Hex definitely has problems whenever you try to set a Pokemon in there, and you try to re-roll its personality value, change its trainer ID, and the things just don't match. When you try to evolve it, things get quite weird. This is the reason why in my runs I don't like evolving throughout the run. But I'm doing this as an exception. But yeah, okay, yeah. Once I get to level 13, the plan on the Geodude will be, should I start? I think I should start with 2 Hardens, and then use Poison Sting to poison it, and then set up the rest of my Hardens. It's gonna be hard to do a vitamin buy too, since I can't see my stats. Actually, I can still have PK Hex. I can still have Pokebite up. I just can't have the overlay work. Alright. I'll have my EVs in a separate tab. Alright, I'm gonna try and avoid fighting any Weedles or Kakunas, because I'm so close to level 13. I don't want to leave the forest and go heal. No. No. I definitely did think about it. Okay. I mean, theoretically, it could be worth getting to 15, but I don't know. I will attempt blackout training, though. I should probably defeat the junior trainer first. This will be like a warm-up practice. Okay, so I think use 2. I'm gonna try and use 2 Hardens right away. Poison Sting until it poisons. Alright. Gonna set up some more Hardens. Fury attack. Yeah, I think we might be able to consistently take out Brock's Geodude. Man, can you imagine if Brock still had 5 full heals per Pokemon? Oh man, that'd be bad. Alright, I'm just saving anyway, but I will probably just blackout train. Alright, let me just poison right away. Alright, tackle does 6. No, that was 8. Alright, so yeah, just waste all my Hardens. Or use my Hardens. Alright, poison it. First try, nice. Okay, Rock Tomb did like 7. Okay, Bind might actually be his most terrifying move. There we go. Beedrill can never learn good moves, but it can Mega Evolve. Yeah, if I started as Beedrill like I originally planned, I probably would have had to grind to level 20 for Twin Needle. It would have been bad. But I'm making a special exception today. Alright. I'm trying to decide what my game plan is, because the rival fight's going to completely destroy us. Misty's going to completely destroy us. So I think we might have to do all the training. Okay, get rid of String Shot. That move is disgusting. And once the time comes to learn Rage, I'll probably delete Harden. Actually, should I delete Harden or Poison Sting? Because Poison Sting was useful for inflicting poison, but I don't... Well, we'll be getting Twin Needle at level 20. I'm getting rid of Poison Sting for Twin Needle. But for Rage, should I get rid of Fury? Actually, I should get rid of Fury Attack. Yeah, keep Harden. You never know if Harden's going to come in handy. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to fight everybody. But on the bright side, even though Bug type no longer does super effective damage to poison types, it's still pretty decent offensively. Plus, it's Speedrill's effective its best move. It hits twice, has a chance to poison, and has an effective power of 75. Yeah, status moves are crucial, that's true. But yeah, I'm not sure I'll be able to defeat Misty or the rival until I get Rage. I feel like without Rage, those fights just aren't happening. But I'll at least do all the training in Mount Moon. Oh, and even though the poison types will resist Twin Needle, there is one type of Pokemon that Twin Needle's good for. The rock types. All the Geodudes are going to be easy. I don't have to worry about the Geodudes. That could be handy. I usually never get that Oranberry, because Oranberries aren't really that useful. I mean, they're useful in Emerald because you get access to a lot of them pretty early. Remember when we were kids, we all thought that moves that couldn't do damage were useless? True. Yeah, we were stupid. Alright, I'm gonna buy this Magikarp, because I am going to be getting leftovers soon. Well, not soon, but soon-ish. You know what I mean. Yeah, sadly, we do not learn that move. Funnily, though, we can learn Giga Drain and Solar Beam, but we can't learn Bullet Seed. If this thing could learn Bullet Seed, it would definitely help. And if only Clefairy was the fairy typing. Alright, I'm going to use Focus Energy. Focus Energy in combination with a multi-hit move is actually pretty decent. If I can even hit. Oh my god, dude, quit getting two. Yeah, fairy typing is very good, the newer games. Alright, we're just a couple more levels, we can get Twin Needle. I'm gonna skip that scientist because he has a steel type. I do want to fight him, though, because he gives very good yields. But I have to defeat it with only Fury attack. I mean, I would rather get access to Twin Needle first, but honestly, I think I should just fight him. That Poison Sting almost one-shot it. Okay, yeah, we're so close to Twin Needle. As soon as I get Twin Needle at level 20, I'm deleting Poison Sting, and that's gonna be my new move. Like, Poison Sting did help a lot for Brock, but we need to move on. Also, we can learn Thief, but our special attack is so bad. I don't think it's worth teaching at all. Honestly, I don't even think that move exists. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna use my escape rope. Go heal up. Alright, so I think after I beat this Rattata, I'll get Twin Needle. Nope, I guess after this Rattata. Finally. Hello, Twin Needle. Guys, check out this extra damage. I mean, that thing does quad resist, but at least Twin Needle cannot. It's 100% accurate. But yeah, see with regular Beedrill, this is what I would have had to do for Brock if I started out as Beedrill, because Beedrill does not get Harden or Poison Sting. So I would have had to grind to level 20 using only Fury attack, probably into Struggle. That's how I would have had to do it. Yeah, see, Fury attack still has its uses. Honestly, maybe it would be better to fight Misty first, because at least Twin Needle will do super effective damage. Actually, maybe it'll be worth Blackout training to her. Because I don't see us beating the rival without access to Rage. Why did I do that? Because Fury Attack is going to do hardly anything to Pidgeotto. And Pidgeotto using Gus is going to hurt. I mean, at least Starmie will be very quick to Blackout on, so let's try it out. By the way, I've decided I will go to the midnight release to see it because I want to experience it at least once in my life. Well, I'm not going to stay up till midnight. Honestly, I think it would take too long to Blackout. But I may as well do it there because that was an accident. Staryu doesn't really give much XP. Interesting it didn't go for Swift. Maybe this won't be too bad. Okay, it looks like I have to get lucky with Fury Attack. Oh my god. I'm impressed I lived. The reason I'm impressed I lived is because that Charmander was in Blaze, and I'm dead. I mean, I'm sure you get to talk to some interesting people. Okay, I think the rival's gonna be the proper place to Blackout train. So I'm gonna have to commit to the Chansey strat. Just Blackout grind until I win, but I will attempt to win. Hey, Jarian Bridgman, are you using Thief? I have the Thief TM. I have the Thief TM. I don't have it taught because our special attack is not that good. And I think just using Fury Attack or Twin Needle would be better. I'm just not sure how Thief would help. Okay. Oh, come on, dude. I was so close. At least with Swarm, whenever we get below a third, Twin Needle gets a 50% damage boost, which is really good. Oh, Rage, finally. What am I getting rid of for Rage? Fury Attack? No. Yeah, Fury Attack. I mean, it would be good for the Starmie, but Starmie is also weak to Twin Needle, which uses our higher attack stat, and it's a stab move, so Twin Needle just does the job better. But I still have the move in case I need it. But I just can't think of a spot where it would be necessary. But we have 90 attack, but like 45 special attack, and Thief in this game is special, because all Dark-type moves are special. So, not really sure how it would help. Alright, so right now, our main attacking moves are Twin Needle and Rage. You may be wondering, why the heck do I have Rage? That's a bad move. Well, it's got an interesting side effect. When I use the move, yes, it's a weak and pathetic move. But when I get hit, it says my Rage is building. You may think the attack boost only applies to Rage, but in this game, it doesn't. Like, it basically, when it says Rage is building, it gives me a plus stat to my attack modifier. So, for example, if I see if I see the text Rage is building, that means I have +1 attack. So I can use Rage to get the attack boost, and then swap back to Twin Needle. Plus, it's just a regular normal move to use. But I mean, coming up soon, I will get access to the TM for Secret Power. And that I do want to teach, but I still want access to Rage, so I'll probably delete either Harden. Honestly, no, I'll delete Focus Energy. Because there's not much of a point in getting crits when I can just raise my attack. Do you think we'll ever do backports again? You mean the ones with Ike the Killer? We still do those every other week. I haven't been doing them the last week because of work scheduling conflicts. And I'm not going to be able to join tomorrow for the same reason. Work schedule conflicts. But if you mean like in Gen 3, I don't know, probably never. Backports are really only more fun when you're racing with people. Wait, no, that's a tract. I need that. Should I still be fighting all the trainers? Honestly, I should. But then again, once I get the first Seeker, I can just do way better training. I think after I'm done with Bill, I'll stop fighting optional trainers. Oh, also, good news on the patch, on the non-encrypted ROM patches that I've been using. Scott made a special version of the patch just for me that does everything that it used to do, except I got him to remove the anti-spinner patch, which means the spinners will actually function properly. They're not just going to look away from me whenever I run. I do not like playing with that in my runs because I do view it as a form of cheating. Like, it should be punishing if you get hit by a spinner. They're just part of the game. But Scott was nice enough to make a special build just for me that doesn't have that. Such a shame I wasn't able to show it off, though. I'm having to play on the regular ROM. Alright, delete focus energy. Alright, I think I'd rather have secret power in slot 1. But yeah, and we're going to be holding on to return an aerial ace. The main reason we need to hold the aerial ace is because that is literally our only answer for Agatha. So I'm not going to be teaching that right away. And there's only one copy of return that exists. And we're going to need such a high level anyway for the league. Mainly for Lance. We're actually not going to need Rage for the league. Our moveset for the league is probably going to end up being return, aerial ace. Well, actually, it'll be return, brick break, attract, substitute. I'll go into the league with those moves, and then after Bruno, I'll delete brick break for aerial ace. Alright, I'm not going to need the move rest, so I'm just going to ignore it. But I will want Brick Break. I'm not going to teach it right away, just because there really isn't a reason to teach it right away. But I may as well just get this free copy. At least the run's starting to go somewhere now. Pursuit, gross. Oh. If you guys are wondering what our IVs are... Oh, let me withdraw my HM user. If you're wondering what... Oh, dude. Hold on. Actually, I don't think the trash can puzzle is going to be solved. Nope. Alright, I'm going to have to actually solve it. Just because Pokebite's not working. I'll just use save states. Okay. Also, fortunate thing, Secret Power does not make contact, so Static cannot paralyze me. Although Thunder Wave can. Okay. Alright, now we've got the Mount Moon Rock Tunnel Gauntlet of Trainers. Alright, we will be getting Aerial Ace, but I will not be teaching it yet. I am still paralyzed. Okay. Alright, so if you're wondering what my IVs are, it's 17 HP, 24 attacks, 8 defense, 19 special attack, 11 special defense, and or 19 speed, 11 special attack, 7 special defense. So our only good stat is our attack stat. And that's a good thing. We want good attack stat. Actually, I think Twin Needle would have been the better move on that Cubone. Yeah, Twin Needle would have been the better move. Yeah, it might have been worth using some rages on that. Use a couple of rages. I wonder if the AI on purpose chooses not to attack if you're spamming rage. Would not surprise me. Alright, are there any gyms coming up that I'm going to need to do training for? Erica's going to be a piece of cake. Koga, not... I don't think he's going to be too hard. Sabrina is going to be a joke. Blaine needs a lot of training. In fact, I might have to do psych training. I'm going to make sure to get a lot of the high money items too, because I want to buy as many proteins as I can. I mean, I gotta remember there are 2 free proteins in the Silphco, so I gotta remember those too. Alright, here are some of the hardest rocket grunts in the game. They shouldn't be too bad. Seriously, I hate so much how Rage is actually going to be considered a great move on this set. And I'm just holding on to Harden just because why not? Although I might eventually delete that for Substitute. Pin Missile, gross. Pin Missile is weaker. It can hit up to 5 times, but it's more inaccurate. So Twin Needle is just straight up better. I'm going to use that Net and Nest Ball for later. Okay, thankfully Giovanni's kind of an idiot. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to buy any vitamins until I'm done with the Pokemon Tower, because the Pokemon Tower actually has some nuggets and stuff in there I can sell. And if only Beedrill could learn Fly. Okay, Rage. Still haven't missed yet. There you go. Okay, sweet. So throughout the Pokemon, what is your favorite town and city? Good question. Never thought of this. What was the one city I always considered like the local hub? Like the place where you do everything. Well, shit. I saved. I'm trying to think. I'd say in Johto, definitely Goldenrod. In Kanto, I would probably say Celadon, just because it has the game corner. Owen. I don't know, I don't really like a lot of the towns in that game. I'd say Mauville, but only in the remakes. Oh, Castalia's a good contender, yeah. Mauville looks like a mall in the remix. Yeah, it actually looks like a functioning city. Yeah, it is like a giant shopping mall, too. It's what I kind of like about it. Plus, the second and third floor have living apartments up there. Okay, I think I need to go to the healed room. On Scarlet and Violet, Levincia is definitely one of them, yeah. Let's see, in Sinnoh... Probably Hearthome, just because it has the Amity Square. Yeah, for Gen 5, honestly, not Castalia. I think Nimbasa City. For X and Y, Lumiose. For Sun and Moon, probably Hau'oli or, actually, I do like Pawnee. I do like the Pawnee Island town. The Outskirts, I think it's called. Alright, all the Bellsprout do give attack EVs, which is good. But I don't really care about doing the training here. The training here is quite bad. Mali City was your favorite? Oh, Mali City's really good, yeah. I think the Pawnee Outskirts are my favorite. Alright, we can learn Giga Drain if we want it, but Twin Needle will be good enough for the rock types. Alright, I'm gonna... Actually, no, don't go to Sylph yet. Vitamin Buy. Don't want any of these. I don't think I'm gonna want Thief. Okay, let's see. 2 protein and Sylph, so I'm gonna buy 5 protein. I'm already maxed out on speedy. Okay, yeah, that should be good enough. I don't think I'm gonna want any more vitamins. I'll probably... I pick up the free ones and use them? May as well, I guess. Oh. You know, guys, yesterday was the 15th anniversary of Black and White. I found that out on X, and then I saw on Shadow Stitch's Theorem video, he had a whole, what do you call it? Like a he had a whole dedicated section to it. Also, I'm heavily convinced most Sword and Shield uses one-sided models. Wouldn't surprise me. Should I teach Brick Break right now? I really should. What move should I... Oh, yeah, get rid of Harden. Honestly, I should have gotten rid of Harden a long time ago. Agility, gross. It would have made Giovanni less scary. Yeah, keep it like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the training in Sylph. And I'm gonna listen to Axew's suggestions. I'm not going to teach Return right away. Actually, I will say, though, the town designs in Sword and Shield actually do look pretty good. Like, I don't remember the names of the towns, but what's that one town that's, like, that one city that's at the center of the map. You could either go like left or right. There's like a whole there's like a little elevator to get to the upper half of the town. What's that place called? That place. I don't think there's a gym there either. Oh no, revenge. Whatever shall I do? I recognize this music as Pokestar. Yeah, the town's line sword and shield look very creative and stylish. The cities, however, is the reason. Looks like the reason why cancer exists. Jeez. I didn't think they looked that bad. Hold on, I think Brick Break is actually a higher base power than Secret Power. Oh well, now it's gonna matter. Also, I'm gonna be picking up the vitamins in here. I've already... Actually, oh, I still have room for the 2 protein. I better use those now. I'll just use the rest of the free vitamins. Where are the proteins? Did I not pick up? Oh, I didn't pick them up. Yeah, I didn't pick them up. Also kind of upset that John started his stream earlier for Dragonite. I'm sure he's probably still streaming it right now, but I would have loved to actually like join in because based on watching John, Sun and Moon solo runs definitely look real interesting. Not sure I would do it though because like how long it would take. But it looks brutally difficult. It's fun to watch if you know what I mean. Seriously. One funny detail I noticed about Legends Arceus Scarlet and Violet is that the tall grass is actually a 2D image that follows the camera. Makes sense. Alright, I can still use the 2 proteins. Dude, Pokepelago kind of slaps. I never really spent much time there as a kid, but kind of slaps. Okay, I think that's all the major training done. Am I worthy fighting here? Yeah, I outspeed everything. I mean, it's a pretty interesting way to make the grass look 3D without making it 3D. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that answers my question. Okay, let's do something else. I might actually spend the rest of my money on, like, defensive vitamins. Alright, let's see. I already have... Oh, I just got 100 so I'm gonna have to spend the rest on zinc. See if I can even use them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Question, what move am I going to get rid of for substitute? Honestly, I'm not sure. Is substitute even... No, it's... Well, the main point of substitute is to block poison, but it also helps blocking smokescreen. I don't know. But I mean, it's helpful in blocking the smoke screens, but I don't really know if there's a good move. I guess moveset flexibility. I can just buy more brick breaks and secret powers. Yeah, I think maybe for Koga, I'll delete brick break, because honestly, brick break is only really useful for the rock types. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Endeavor, gross. Yeah, I think before Koga, I'll delete brick break and teach substitute. I know eventually there will be a time where I have to delete Rage. Actually, does Rage still build up if it hits the substitute? I don't know. That's something actually to test. But the thing is, just substitute's just too valuable. I don't know. Our attack is already pretty high, but I think we will still need... But yeah, I'm not going to need Brick Break right now, so just get rid of it. But honestly, I think I might actually teach Return now. Because I do not see a world where I need to... I do not see a world where I would ever need to delete my normal type move. Like my only good spamming move. I mean, it helps with moveset flexibility, but honestly, I think I should just teach it. Because the only other moves I could learn early on that are worthwhile... are just Aerial Ace, Return, and Brick Break. Alright, there's one of my Pokemon. Alright. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna teach Return. I don't see a... I mean, we can get Giga Drain, but I see no reason. I won't teach Aerial Ace or Attract, though, but I do want to teach Return, so I'm gonna go get it. Alright. Now I gotta go get substitute. Not substitute. I gotta get leftovers. Wait. Oh, dude, I've got, like, no frickin' money. Still Great Balls. Well, I'm not gonna need leftovers now. I feel for the open air formula reason. I mean, I never even noticed the grass wasn't fully 3D until you mentioned it. Honestly, maybe I'm just worrying about rage too much. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this will be something worth testing. If rage can activate behind a substitute. I'm gonna try it. It doesn't. Okay, that's good to know. So substitute and rage aren't really compatible with each other. But honestly, I'm not so sure I need it. I'm not even going to need it for the league anyway. So I think maybe I just need to go full offensive. Can I buy more Great Balls now? Great Balls and Ultra Balls. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go get leftovers now. Alright, I got the Rattata and Pidgey. Oh. Nest Ball. Yankee. Ultra Ball. Alright, Caterpie, Weedle, Pikachu, and Metapod / Kakuna. Alright, I don't need the Weedle. I'm actually going to use the Net Ball for the Metapod / Kakuna. Okay, that's just dumb. Have a nice day. Be sure to like and subscribe. No one like and subscribe to Shadow. Her content sucks. It's all Mewtwo. I'm just kidding around with you. Oh, I actually okay, no. I don't need to find Weedle here. I already caught what I needed. Alright. In this route, I need a Jigglypuff. You know what's funny? The shiny Weedle that we're playing with right now was actually encountered while Swablu was trying to get leftovers. Nidoran female. You know what? I'm supposed to usually catch these in the Safari Zone, but may as well just get it here. But freaking Jigglypuff. Because I can use a Moonstone on it, and that counts as 2 Pokemon. But I am seeming to get some bad luck. Yeah, I think this is all the same grass. There's Jigglypuff. Right. Zubat, Geodude, Paris, and Clefairy. Geodude. I don't think Braid should kill it from this. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, now I need Clefairy and Paris. Paris I can just get in here, because these hallway rooms have guaranteed Parises. Hey, Shadow, make sure you get your shiny, Miraidon. You have Scarlet. That your dog? Yeah, it was my dog. We have 2 white shepherds. Or 3. Alright, Clefairy. Hold on, I did get that first Moonstone, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Actually, I think I need 3 Moonstones. I'll probably... Question. Shadow, can you look this up? Will the shiny Miraidon event still be going on at GameStop? Like, how long does it go on for? I don't plan to go back until the day ZA comes out, but will the event still be happening? Oh, yeah, let me double check to make sure I picked up both Moonstones. Okay. Alright, I need a Sandshrew. Alright, come on, Sandshrew. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna need a Meowth. Now I need a Diglett. October 15th, the day before. Okay, so I will, if I want it, I'm gonna have to go make a trip. Got it. But when does it start? Alright, now I need to catch a Voltorb. Alright, now I just need to get a Ghastly, then the Eevee, then the rest are in the Safari Zone. Starts next Friday. 6. Oh, that's very close to the day the new Mega Evolution set comes out. I mean, technically, I can get the free Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. But I don't think it'll be... Yeah, it's not going to be necessary. Besides, battles cost time. I mean, it would make sense to go get it. Also, check this out. In Fire and Leaf Green, you don't need to go down the center. Just go on the side. It's ironic, because I was originally going to wait until my birthday to get CI, but eventually I figured, you know what? I should just get it to myself to prevent mishaps. Good idea. Also, Shadow, you know what I found out? You know how ZA is doing the Day 1 DLC, which I think is stupid? They announced it before the game is even out. Like, that I will not defend in Game Freak on. But here's what's even worse. All buying the DLC is going to do right now is unlock outfits. The actual story part of the DLC, which is the only thing that really matters, the actual story is not available until the day after Pokemon Day of next year, February 28th. So literally buying the DLC day 1 just gets you cool outfits. Like, the actual story isn't available for another 4 months. And I'm thinking, why not just wait, why not just wait till, like, January or something to announce it? Like, wait till Pokemon Day to announce it. And then be like, the DLC will be out tomorrow. Like, why not just do that? So that way you wouldn't have had the public outrage. That is just so dumb what they did. Yeah, I pre-ordered mine too. I got the Switch 2 version. I pre-ordered it at the same time I got my Switch 2, so I was able to get an extra $30 store credit because of a special they had. Oh my god. Come on. Darn. That would have been so cool. But yeah, don't even bother buying it until February. Oh, Pinsir. Darn. Let's see. I need an Execute, Nidor. I already have the Nidoran, and then 2 of the following: Rhyhorn, Doduo, Venonat. Alright, I already caught the Rhyhorn. If I can just get this Venonat. Actually, I don't think I need the Venonat, do I? No, I don't. I got the Hitmon. Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, I forgot to buy the Evolution Stones. Hey, Jigglypuff's holding an Oranberry. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna need to buy a Thunderstone. Yeah, home is half compatible. Yeah, that is so weird. That is just weird. Like, why? It's not like home isn't compatible at all, which would have been one thing. But the fact that it's half compatible, like, it's always a one-way transfer street. And why? Why is it a one-way transfer? Whatever you put in, you're never going to get out. So any Pokemon that you've, like, caught in previous games, if you put them in there, they're stuck. That is so stupid. Yeah, I agree with you on that. You're better off not transferring anything in there. Here's... Oh, I never caught a Nido. Let's see. Oh, I never caught a Pikachu. Right, what's my dex? 30. Okay, it's at 30. Technically, the Weedle's my starter, but it also counted the Bulbasaur, so I think, to be fair... yeah, to be fair, I'm going to catch one more Pokemon. Because it's counting the Bulbasaur. I'll catch this. Okay, now this counts as 30. May as well get a strength user. Surf user. No need for Lapras. Yeah, I think it'd be better off if they had just said home isn't going to work. They were probably better off just saying that. Wait, no, talk to this guy. Item finder. Leftovers. Trust me, this took a lot of work, but from what I've seen in other people's runs, it is 100% worth it. Also, I'm not really sure what level I need for Blaine. But I do need to save all my rare candies till the end. But still, don't get me wrong. I was still gonna buy Legend ZA regardless, but they created a bunch of unnecessary drama. Like, they may have been doing that to, like, hype the game up even more, but I think they did the exact opposite. I literally do not think it's greed like some people think, because that's the only game any Nintendo-linked company has done it with. Every other game has waited to announce the DLC. ZA is the only one. Like, Donkey Kong Bonanza was announced to have DLC, and they didn't announce that day one. They announced it like 2 months later. Honestly, the minimum amount of time I would like to pass before any DLC is ever announced is probably 2 months. Like, if you announced it a week after, that doesn't really help. That's essentially day one. Not great was an attempt to hype the game. I mean, I know a lot of people say that, like, the price of the Mario Galaxy games is a greedy price, but I'm thinking, I mean, $40 is not really that expensive. Like, compared to almost every other AAA game, like, I theoretically could have easily seen them charging $60. And the games were $50 at launch, but, I mean, the Wii version on the disc is obviously cheaper, even on eBay, but, it involved you having to have a Wii, and I've actually looked up how much a Wii bundle is on eBay. I looked at recently sold items. I saw like a complete Wii with like the cords and everything sell for like $50. And I'm thinking, well, if you buy that with Mario Galaxy for like 20, that's essentially $70. I'd say the only reason you should ever buy the Galaxy games on the Switch is if you don't have a Wii. Like, if you don't have a Nintendo Wii or a Wii U to play those games on, then I would say go for it. But if you already have a Wii, just buy the disc. I mean, they didn't really change anything besides make it HD. I do wonder, though, if the price of the Wii games would go up. I saw on the recent listings page that eBay has actually been selling a lot more of those games lately. I'd be actually kind of surprised if the games didn't go up in price on there, too. Okay. I think the rival fight might be easier than playing. I understand why Axie didn't want to route this thing, but at the same time, he's routed worse. Okay, let me go... Sub? No. Yeah, without leftovers, the rest of these fights are going to be a nightmare. So I think this will be worth it. I mean, I've seen everyone else actually get it. But yeah, it looks like my run is going to be far worse than their runs. But then again, I'm using a shiny. So each battle literally takes an extra, like, half second. But that really adds up when you do optional training. It really adds up. Plus, I'm sure I'm probably not playing this run efficiently. Then again, Axie said, do lots of training. He doesn't really specify what level. $130 brand new? Really, brand new? Huh. You know what's funny? I saw a lot of people raging on social media, like, with the price of the Mario Galaxy. They said you could buy the disc for, like, 15 bucks, and I'm like, okay, I saw prices of them for 20, good point. But then they also said you can go find a Wii at your Goodwill for, like, 20 bucks, and you could save money, and I'm like, dude, you're not gonna find a Nintendo Wii in a Goodwill in 2025. Goodwill is actually known for taking valuable stuff that gets donated and listing it on eBay. They're known for doing that. Like, their stores are just filled with crap. Also, this is appropriate music. But if you don't own a Nintendo Wii, like, buying a complete one with the cord's gonna cost you like 50 bucks. But yeah, basically, if you don't own a Wii, the Switch is actually a better deal for you if you want to play those games. But yeah, people really shouldn't be complaining about that. Like, there are way pricier games. But you know what? Speaking of the whole, like, complaining about the price, you know how people have been wanting the original Pokemon games on Switch for a very long time? Like on the eShop or something. And I remember seeing so many people say, like, they have no idea why Game Freak wouldn't do it. Are they allergic to money or something? They would make so much money if they put Red, Blue, and Yellow on the eShop or something, like they did with the 3DS. And I'm thinking to myself, it would be so hilarious if on Pokemon Day, they actually did announce, like, Red, Blue, and Yellow being on the eShop, but they charged them at $70 each. That would be so freaking funny. Because all of those same people are going to cry about the price. And they're going to look up the price of a yellow cartridge, and it's going to be like 70 bucks for a yellow cartridge. Plus, that doesn't count the tech of buying the Game Boy. So technically, that's still a good deal, if you think about it. Because what other way do you have to play it officially? And I'm sure they'll try to incentivize, like, being able to transport stuff to home, if they ever did do it. I mean, I don't think they're going to add it, but it would be so funny. 60 or 70. I would, yeah. And honestly, $60 for Red or Blue on the Switch eShop, if it is compatible with home, I would say it's a fair price. Because look at the price of the original Pokemon games, like, as a cartridge. Like, usually that's how much it costs for the game itself, but that's not counting the console. Plus, there's no way to transfer to home. So that actually would be worth it. But it would still be funny, because there would be people freaking out about it. Or better yet, You know how like Gen 4 and Gen 5 games are like going for like 120 bucks a piece on eBay? Imagine if like in like 2026 the DS gets added to NSO. Like let's just theoretically say it does. Imagine if the DS got added to NSO and they added Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Actually no, they wouldn't be on NSO. They'd be a separate purchase on the eShop. So like imagine if they put it on the eShop, right? Imagine they put the price at $90. Like the true $90 game. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, Shadow, they're not going to charge 60 for all three. They're not doing that. I'm just thinking hypothetical what ifs. I have a Gen 5 game that I could sell for 250, but I won't. Yeah, I don't plan to sell them either. I'm just saying, though, it would be very funny. Because I'm not kidding. I've heard so many people complain about the old Pokemon games not being on the eShop. And they're saying, like, why won't they just do it? Are they allergic to money or something? But I'm saying it would be very funny if they did add, like, red, blue, and yellow and they were 60 bucks a piece. It would have been so funny because everyone's going to complain about it. Shadow? Paying $60 for, like, Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue, you gotta remember, there is no way to actually play that, like, on actual hardware, because the eShop is shut down, and no one's gonna be purchasing a Game Boy just to do that. I'm pretty sure if they ever did do that, but they promised you could transfer stuff to Pokemon Home, like how you could with the 3DS, people would be freaking out. It would be the #1 most sold game, I can guarantee it. People would not care about the price. I can't think of a scenario where Game Freak adds some of the older main series games to the eShop, but then people will be like, "Oh, I'm so excited." Then they see the price and like, "Well, never mind." Like, I'm not kidding. It's probably the #1 most hyped thing people want. Like, I see people in every Nintendo and Pokemon Direct asking for it. Honestly, the #1 game I want on Switch is probably Explorers of Sky, but they would have to add DS to that, which I'm not sure they ever will. So it's kind of a false hope for me. But I'd say out of the consoles that are actually available for for Nintendo Classics, the one game I really want added is Twilight Princess for the GameCube. They have Wind Waker. They had Wind Waker day one, but there's no plans at this moment to add Twilight Princess, which is kind of interesting. You would figure they'd have both, because they have Wind Waker, why not Twilight Princess? Maybe they'll eventually add it, or maybe they're saving it for some, I don't know. I know a lot of people want Smash Bros. 64 to be on Nintendo Classics, but honestly, here's my opinion. Smash 64 was a bad game. Like, the game was not that good. Smash Bros. Games didn't become good until Melee. If Melee didn't come out, Smash Bros. Would never have been successful. Shadow, it would 100% be exploitive, and it would be hilarious. Because of how many people want, like, the Gen 1 or Gen 2 games on the eShop, kind of like how the 3DS did. And they decide, you know what, we're going to announce, here you go, eShop download. Full home support, 60 bucks each. I mean, it's exploiting people's, like, emotions to, like, want to have the game. It's the reason AAA games from Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, it's the reason they can get away with being higher priced than all the indie games, is because there are a lot of people who love the series so much that they want to play the game. They'll pay the higher price. But, like, indie games cannot get away with those higher prices because they're not as well known. People aren't going to buy some indie game they've never heard of for 60, but if it's, like, for 15, then they'll give it a try, you know? I hope that makes sense. And maybe when, like, the series gets more successful, they could up the price. Nash 64 is great. It's hilariously broken. I've tried to play it. Like, the controls just are not great. They're really bad. Generally don't understand how home support would really be a huge selling point. Not like you get anything special. People want to be able to catch stuff in Gen 1 and transfer it to home. Dude, you have no idea how bad people want that. Like, when the games were out on the eShop for the 3DS, they were compatible with Pokemon Bank. And you could catch your team, put them into Bank, and then put them in home. They get that little Game Boy marker on them. I mean, I'm sure that won't matter to you. It definitely doesn't really matter to me, but to a lot of people, it actually does. The other reason Game Freak has it is because they can't find a way to make it work for home, so everyone happy as they sold it. My theory is that the reason they won't do it is because it has to do with the gambling. I know my brother told me the reason Mother 3 is on Nintendo Classics, but only in Japan, is because of all the stuff that's in the game. Like, they cannot release the game as is on the other countries, like Europe and US. They cannot release Mother 3 as is without heavily modifying the game. And from what I've heard, the creator of the Mother games doesn't want to bother with it. That's the reason it's only on Nintendo Classics in Japan. It's not available anywhere else, but I mean, they did port Mother 1 to the US, but they did edit the game quite a bit. Like, a lot of the sprites are different. I mean, Shadow, 15 to 20... 20 bucks is a pretty fair price for an indie game. Especially one that people never heard of. Oh, but Shadow, here's one thing that I know a lot of people care about that I definitely don't. There are people who try to catch stuff in Pokeballs that matches the Pokemon. I just catch everything in Quick Balls. I mean, you kind of can't 3DS games. There's a reason to do it in previous gens. Because you could do things like Teleport, Slowbro, and Clefable. Okay, so you only care about it for, like, the competitive thing. It actually really wouldn't matter for the competitive thing, because Pokemon Home deletes the moveset. So you can't just transfer moves from previous gens anymore. So that part really wouldn't matter. I think the only benefit people would have from it is, I guess, having that Game Boy stamp. Or actually, you know how Pokemon Home does those little bonuses where, like, if you transfer over a complete living dex from, like, Legends Arceus, you get a shiny Enamorous? Imagine if Red, Blue, and Yellow is on the eShop, and it goes compatible with Home, and it said, like, if you transferred over all 150 Pokemon that were from those games, they give you a shiny Mew or something. That would incentivize people for sure. I'm pretty sure it was Gen 8 that broke it, Shadow, but I'm not sure. Honestly, I think it was for the best, because it's not really fair to, like, if you want, like, a specific competitive move, you would have to, like, buy several different games and consoles just to get it. Like, I think it was completely stupid. So I'm honestly kind of glad they got rid of it. I'm kind of glad they got rid of Hidden Power, too. At least it being a TM. Also, I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this training for. I just know I need a lot of training. But let's see. I need to save all my rare candies for the League. Probably Blackout Train. As Axew says, I should be about 83 to 85 for Lance specifically. So maybe at the start of the League, I should be level 83. After the candies, so I'll have 13. I'll have 13 candies. So 83 minus 13, that's 70. Wait. 83 minus 13. That's 60. That's 60? No, that's 70. Yeah, that's 70. I think I'll train to like 65 or something. Yeah, you can transfer moves in Gen 8. It was actually a lot of fun to use those formats, just not allowed in competitive VGC. But that's very fair if you do want to do things good. Yeah, I'm overall just glad that, like, Hidden Power isn't a TM anymore. And I'm glad that those moves don't exist. Actually, I saw this video. I don't know if you guys have heard this YouTube channel called I'm a Blissey. He does a lot of, like, RNG manipulation stuff. Uh, he actually showed off that, I don't know what generation it was, but there was actually a competitive viable Chansey that had the move, Wish on it, I think. It was the Wish Chansey. And you could only get it from a very specific event, but someone was actually able to use it in a tournament because they legitimately got the Chansey. Like, stuff like that just shouldn't exist. I think all the Pokemon's moves should be from within that game. It's kind of why I'm not really upset Game Freak deleted moves from the game. I mean, I'm upset at some moves they deleted. Like, I'm really upset they deleted, what's one move I'm upset they deleted? I know a lot of people don't like Pursuit being deleted. Removing Toxic. Didn't they remove Aerial Ace from most things, too, for that reason? Actually, they got rid of Defog as a universal TM for most flying types. I was so upset when Yanmega and Scarlet and Violet couldn't learn it. Yeah, I'm upset they got rid of Return, but at the same time, I can see why. It is kind of a broken move. Like, I know Shadow, yeah, you know what Shadow I'm talking to. But, yeah, Shadow, what was I gonna say? You always say moves like Substitute are lame, but honestly, a move can be lame and at the same time I use it. I do think Return is one of the lamest moves. Because literally almost every Pokemon that uses any physical moves gets the move. And having a 100 power move with 100% accuracy and 20 PP is very broken. It actually does get interesting when you do playthroughs in the games where at least you get Return pretty late. Like, for example, what's a good example? Probably like Ruby and Sapphire, because you don't get Return until after you get the ability to use Surf. Or yeah, I think I'm gonna grind to 65 and then I'll stop. Hidden Power is a move every Pokemon and its mother could learn. Yep. Well, plus, not only that, if you were trying to legitimately breed up a competitive Pokemon, you were going to have to grind tons of baby Pokemon to get very specific Hidden Power typings. I mean, at least in the newer games, Hidden Power was always a flat 60, no matter what your IVs were. Like, the base power didn't vary, but you still needed a specific type. Hidden Power is cringe, says the one who used it in his Substrika playthrough. I mean, if Beedrill was allowed to have Hidden Power, I probably would have given it Hidden Power Rock. But I mean, the reason it's not allowed to have Hidden Power is because the only way to get it is through Pickup. And Pickup is banned. Because Pickup is cringe. We get Return at Gym 4 ain't that bad. Getting after Gym 1 and Black and White 2 is kind of insane, though. Actually, Shadow, what's kind of insane is in those games, your very first TM is Frustration. But I mean, here's the thing, though. In Black and White 2, Return is not nearly as overpowered as it is in Black and White 1. The problem is, Black and White 1, there's almost no checks for normal types. Black 2 and White 2 has a very, very good check called Colress. Colress completely devastates a lot of normal types. Like, you're always getting paralyzed. He has a bunch of steel types on his team. It's just a mess. Hey man, Zipstrike had like 0 other options, okay? Are you sure you couldn't have just grinded to like level 90? I hate how my overlay is broken. Also, fun fact, fighting this guy gives you a crap ton of attack EVs. Although, when I used those other vitamins, my EV cap is full. I am at 107 attack EV, and I can't use any more. I don't know, maybe Nidoqueen got her tubes tied or something. Nidoking's gotta go young. Okay, we should forget I ever said that. Let's just not... I mean, they're Pokemon, they're not humans. I don't know, a lot of real-life animal breeding habits are pretty effed up. Alright, let me try sub. Yeah, no. But what if the Nidoran was level 19? Fire Blast honestly doesn't really do that much. Crit. Honestly, I think I need to use Rage. Alright, I don't think I can use any more Rages, so... Alright, I used 2, so that puts me at +1. Then the Arcanite's gonna put me at neutral. Okay, so... Here's the plan. I need 2 Rages, and I need a Fire Blast miss. Dude. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to get off a 3rd Rage. I mean, maybe? Oh. You know what? I'll take that. Not sure why it went for Stomp. I just crit anyway. I mean, there are animals in the animal kingdom that do stuff like that. I heard goldfish eat their own eggs. Maybe pee-pee stall it? I'm not sure how I would, though. Maybe if I had Protect. Also, check this out. The one PP max in the entire game is right here. Substitute and hope for misses? I guess it could have worked, yeah. Alright, how many candies do I have? I should have 11? 10. Okay, what candy is my... Oh, Warden candy. Route 12. Victory Road. Okay, yeah, I'll have 13. Yeah, before candies, I need to be level 70 at the start of the league. After candies, level 83. Why'd you go do this? It's a can. So why do you go do this, by the way? Is that candy that valuable for all this time? The thing is, I need level 83 at the start of Lorelei. So, how long do you think it would take to go from 70 to 71 off of, Psych? How long do you think it would take? This rare candy here, I timed it. It only, on 3 times speed, it takes 4 minutes. So on 4 times, it's probably like 3. So it only really takes like 3 minutes to get this rare candy. And I'm pretty sure it would take more than 3 minutes to go from 70 to 71. You all saw nothing. Okay, that's just clumsy. Besides, I still need a training. Yeah, stick to your Gen 5. Oh, I did watch your, I did watch a half of your Curum video, the first 20 minutes of it. I liked that little tribute you made to it. That was quite nice. I actually told people about it earlier in the stream. I don't know if I just healed. Can't tell because my overlay isn't working. Also, is it about time I delete Rage? I think I need to reteach Brick Break. The tutor for Swords Dance is in the post game. I literally cannot get it. If you were doing round 2, you could get it though. But I don't do round 2. I think round 2 is just a waste of time. The round 2 rematch really isn't that interesting. I mean, yeah, the teams are different, but you have to go through 20 minutes of post-game just to even do it. If you could rematch the league right away, then maybe. Yeah, it's in the post-game. Why did I do that? Oh, crap. Okay. I need another copy of Brick Break, but I'm just gonna fight the rest of these trainers while I'm here. Uh-oh. Oh, guys, you know what's weird? Cool Trainer Samuel here uses Super Potions, but Cool Trainer Warren uses Hyper Potions. Kinda shows you Warren is the GOAT. Alright, I need... What? I'll just get multiple copies, just in case. You know what's funny? You've almost... I think you might have only played this game once in your life, but even you know what Warren is, because you watch my great content. Okay, yeah. Bye-bye, Rage. Actually, I don't think I need Twin Needle anymore. You know what? Yeah, get rid of Twin Needle. I don't need it anymore. I do want Attract, though, but... Honest, I know I need it for... I know I need Attract for Lance. But there's got to be a way to keep Rage, too. There's got to be a way. Like, is there a way to go into Lance while still having Rage? I would have to have Return and Rage. Substitute. So Return and Rage, Substitute. Attract. Wow, that hurt. I actually ran out of returns, which is kind of insane. Okay, that is just embarrassing. Losing to Giovanni is embarrassing. Here's the thing, my overlay is broken. I could not tell I was low on power points. I'm just too used to it helping me. You learned a new Gen 5 ROM hacking skill today thanks to Scott. Okay, what would Scott have even taught you about Gen 5 ROM hacking? What did he teach you? Can you tell me? Well, I could theoretically have Rage, but the problem is I need Aerial Ace. I need Aerial Ace for Agatha. Good thing I subbed that. It wasn't really they taught me anything. He wanted something done, I figured out how to do it for him. Oh. You learned how to make a new item? Is it like an evolution stone type of item, like a link cable? Something like that? I've made new evolution items for my red ROM hack, which I still need to finish. I added the ice stone to the game. And I even added the Garcia wreath, whatever that item is for Slowking. Oh my god, dude. I keep putting the Charizard into Blaze range. Okay, so I'm gonna need +2 attack. I hate this thing. Okay, no, I'm resetting that. That's just stupid. Dude. Now that I'm going for Rage, you're going for Feather Dance? Oh my god, seriously. I try and... No, not on that thing. This thing I should. Dude. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use... Sub. I'm gonna use 1 rage to get hit with Rock Blast. Oh, that works. Either way, I need +2. Alright, I'm almost there to level 70 as well. So the question is, like... Well, I think if I'm able to beat Lorelei, Bruno, and Agatha without Attract, then I might be able to hold on to Rage for Lance. Maybe. Because if I can find a way to hold on to Rage, that fight should be a lot more consistent. I won't have to rely on so much Attract luck. Let's see, the moves that I have to keep... Let's see. Let's see. My goal is to keep Rage up until Lance, so I would need to hold on to Rage. I need to hold on to Substitute. But it's essentially these 2 moves I have to work with. I can hold on to these moves for Lorelei and Bruno. Agatha, I would need to get rid of Brick Break for Aerial Ace. And then maybe for Lance, I can delete... Honestly? Do I even need Substitute anymore after Lance? I don't think I want Substitute for Lance. Because I want to get hit and get activated with Rage. And for the champion... I don't know. Am I at 70? No. Well, no, actually. No, delete Aerial Ace for Attract. So that way I can keep Return. And then delete Aerial Ace for another Brick Break. So I am going to need to make sure I have another copy of Brick Break. Yeah, as long as I have another copy of Brick Break, my moveset will be fine. I actually remember I told Scott that I hated the idea of trade evolutions, and Scott actually didn't agree with my opinion. He thought they were pretty cool. But then I'm like, yeah, but honestly, trade evolutions were the literal first paywall. You either had to have a friend or own 2 Game Boys, and 1 of each game. I mean, nowadays, though, with online trading, it's very easy to get trade evolutions. They're kind of obsolete. I mean, didn't Sword and Shield add an NPC, or it might have been Scarlet and Violet? Didn't one of those games add a trainer that actually trades you a Gengar? Something that Mindy never did. Alright, let me make sure I have another copy of Brick Break. Yeah. Okay. So I need to use all... Well, I got a blackout. I forgot the rare candies. Okay. I forgot the Route 12 and Warden candies. Whoops. This is just embarrassing. Amen, yummy. Oops. Okay, yeah, this is just a mess. Hey, look, it's Fisherman Elliot. He used to be my favorite grinding spot, but not anymore. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like I really underestimated this. I mean, I know those other people, that one other person got like a 144, but that was with a regular Weedle Caterpie, or Weedle Cocoon Beedrill. It was a regular Pokemon, so it didn't have to do the shiny animations. The shiny animations added way more time than you think. And even then, I did play this run pretty inefficiently. Okay, now we're starting the league. Let's do this. Final 5 trainers. Doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion Soul Link, but my partner got less than ideal Pokemon and we got cooked. Dang. I tried to do a randomized Soul Link before and it didn't go well. Alright. Now for Bruno. Yeah. I think I can get away with a speed drop. I'm pretty sure my speed is so high I'll still outspeed the Hitmonlee. Yep. Figured. I mean, my Beedrill only had a base 19 speed. It had 19 speed IVs. Okay, so now I need to delete... I need to teach Aerial Ace in the place of Brick Brick. I may need to use my PP Max on it. I'll just use some PP Ups. I'm not going to be able to use Rage on the Gengar, but I could use Rage on the Golbat or Arbok. Holy cow, that did a lot. Alright, now I just need to teach Attract. Actually, do I even need Attract? I don't know if I do. I mean, Aerial Ace really isn't that useful. Yeah, Aerial Ace is not that useful anymore. So yeah, get rid of it. Alright, let's try this out. New plus 0. 1. 2. 3. Okay, I feel like that's enough. I'm pretty sure I will outspeed the Aerodactyl. Honestly, I theoretically could have gotten away with a lower level for Lance, but I still needed a super high level for Blaine. Yeah, Lance wasn't that bad. Maybe I could get away with Lance at like level 75. I forgot to save. Oh, let's see if I still win this. Oh god, I have like... Okay, I have to reset. I gotta fight Lance again. Okay, that is so fucking stupid. That was completely... I was always worried that was gonna happen one day, where I just walked straight into the champions room without saving, and it actually happened today. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, I think I could have gotten away with maybe the start of the league be 75 after candies. Honestly, I think after... I honestly probably could have trained on Psych to level 60, then used my candies. But I think I honestly could have, yeah, so maybe I overtrained. Plus, this Beedrill doesn't have perfect stats either. Okay, I am gonna need Brick Break back. Over Attract. Yeah, screw Attract. Yeah, I did need to save Aerial Ace, but there was no reason to teach Attract. Also, I know the Rhydon is going to use Rock Tomb, so I'm going to let it. Okay, it does let the Charizard outspeed. So... I think I need to try and have the substitute up. Whoops. Hate that Pidgeot. I freaking hate it. Crit. Okay, that crit might have mattered. Honestly, I think just because of that Charizard barely being a two-shot without Rage setup, maybe 85 the champion is necessary. I think it actually is. Just because of that. Because if that Charizard lives, I'm dead. 227.04. 18 resets, 6 blackouts. This was a long run. Game time of 8:40. Yeah, this run sucked really bad. If I was playing with a normal, like, starting as a Beedrill, well, starting as a Beedrill would actually be worse. I would have had to grind to level 20 for Twin Needle for Brock. I think starting as a Weedle actually was an advantage. But other than that advantage, It was really good keeping Rage the entire time. It actually made the first 4 Elite Four members really easy, but you cannot get away with a Rage setup on the champion. You just can't get away with one. You pretty much have to be a high enough level to sweep. And you saw that Charizard was barely a 2-shot after that Citrus Berry. Like, it was really cutting it close. If that had lived, I would have been stuck in a heal loop. So honestly, 85 the champion is necessary. Yeah, I think all that training I did was absolutely necessary. But yep, living by my name, I seem to always do Weedle runs. Five. Alright, everybody, so if we take a quick look at the leaderboard, Shiny Weedle is placed at 34th. It ranked above Smeargle, but below Jolteon. That is not great placement. I think if this was a legitimate start as a Beedrill, I'm not kidding, it would actually rank lower because of the Brock split. I think starting as Weedle actually helped out. I was able to beat Brock at level 15. But regular Beedrill would have to be level 20. And going from 15 to 20 in Viridian Forest is so freaking bad. I think regular Beedrill would do this with like a 235 optimally. But I think if the Weedle's evolution line was done efficiently, it will go around like the 145s. Yeah, those other people did a way more efficient Beedrill run than I did. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. There will be no stream tomorrow, but Steve and Ike are going to be doing their own backport. I think they're doing Mawile. I don't know if I have to make that for them. You've got to be kidding. I gotta make it. Man. Oh well, it shouldn't be that long. But anyway, make sure you check out their stream, because they're